Alright, next question.
All right.
Can I install a solid hardwood floor over concrete? I guess that's for me, huh?
Yes.
Yes, it can be done. Recommended not. I've done one. I installed for, 26 years. I did one solid over concrete and swore I'd never do another one. And I never did. If you're going to do wood over concrete, use an engineered. The big difference is engineered is made perfectly straight. So I can get the boards together and don't have to worry about it. When they make solid wood, it's straight, but it always
Doesn't stay that way.
It doesn't stay that way. You'll have a little bow one way or another, or an end joint may stick out a little bit, and that's why we nail them. Because when we nail them, we can knock them in. Well, when we're gluing it, we can't just knock it in there and that glue hold it. It has to go in there until that glue dries. So it can be done, but we don't recommend it.
Another thing that can happen is when a wood, you can't control the moisture as well on concrete you can wood. You don't have that moisture barrier under there. So as that wood, if it gains some moisture and expands, sometimes the glue has to let go. Now there are some glues made that you can get, they're like half rubber and half glue. They're very expensive, and those glues allow expansion, contraction. But so many times I think I've looked at 2 floors, solid wood floors that were glued down. Both of them had problems.
And the glue's going to cost you as much as the floor.
Yes. Yeah, it's expensive. All right, Jason, what's better for the installation of engineered hardwood over concrete, gluing or floating?
I like gluing. It's just solid. We don't get any hollow sound under there. It just sounds better, and I think it walks better.
So why do they make floating floors? And what application would you float a floor? Yeah. Most of the time we recommend our customers, the only time we float a floor is when we're going to spend so much money prepping that floor that it's just not going to work. If you got a lot of low spots in your floor, you can't glue it. There's too much give in it. High spots, whatever, then you can float a floor. And honestly, in some low-end applications, in a rental or a cheap flip, it can be a lot cheaper to float a floor. We don't like to float a floor. We always say nail it if you can nail it. If you can't nail it, glue it. If you can't glue it, float it. So it's there. It's a good do-it-yourself product. So that's sort of our story on that. All right, Jason, here's a really easy one. I'll let you do it. Can you explain the different types of transition strips and how are they used?
Okay, there's only 3 types of transitions. One's a stair nose, one's a T-mold, the other would be a reducer. Stair nose, pretty self-explanatory. We can only use that at a step down. If you're going down the steps, the top of the top layer going to the landing, would use it there. If you had a loft, you'd use it there, but it's the only place you can really use it. Or if you have a drop down living room, which some have, you'd put it on that step to that. Next one would be a reducer.
It reduces, I take it.
It does.
It was a joke, Jason.
Yeah. Reducer, you'd use it if we was doing wood to vinyl or wood to nothing.
Or wood, 2
Or
different woods.
LVP
1 3/8,
to do.
1 3/4.
Yes.
Any difference in height, you use it to reduce.
And then the next would be T-mold. T-mold is if you have 2 different floors and they're coming out the same height.
Or similar height.
Or very, very close in height, it just caps them off. Like if I was doing wood to tile, or if I did wood to wood, I did a room later, but it was running in a different direction.
Right.
Put a T-mold there.
Or if your 2 rooms have butt ends coming into each
If
other.
it has, butt ends and you can't tie them in, just tee it off, makes it looks good and gives it a good look in the doorway.
Those are really good answers.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Yeah.